What's up, guys? Be Super Tryhard here. Just bringing you a quick video, something that I thought needed to definitely be brought up. I just recently heard about this. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but I wanted to make sure that all of you guys knew about this, and I wanted to know your guys' opinion on it. So, yeah, just leave a comment or whatever. So what I'll be talking over today is some SSX gameplay. And the reason I'm talking over that is because SSX growing up was one of my favorite franchises. I didn't really play the very first SSX game because I was like 3 or 4 when that came out, maybe. But when I was older, I got my hands on SSX Tricky. That was probably when I was about like 7 or 8, and that was when I could really start playing video games and actually understanding, you know, actually how to play the game instead of just fucking around in them. And it really just brought out that sort of really childlike awe and wonder that sort of just got me hooked on video games. You know, just jumping around and doing all these awesome tricks and, you know, getting tricky for the first time and figuring out that you had unlimited boost. You know, it was the craziest thing. Like, I actually went and told my mom, like, Mom, you have to check this out. This is so cool. You know, you get unlimited boost. And she was like, that's great, Mike. And anyway, so the new SSX sort of just really brought that back, and it was a very nostalgic, you know, thing for me when I first got my hands on the game. And it just made me realize that, like, you know, gaming is really one of the favorite things that I do. It's, you know, just the most awesome thing, and I love it so much, and it just makes me proud to be a gamer. And the story that comes out today really makes me, you know, embarrassed to call myself a gamer. And I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's called well, the woman involved is Zoe Quinn, the Quinnspiracy. Some of you may have heard about it, but if not, the general gist of it is she's a feminist, and she talks about there not being enough, you know, sort of female influence in the gaming industry and whatnot. Don't quote me on that. I'm not entirely sure on everything. This is just me giving my perspective, but there are some things that I am sure of. Well, not completely sure of. So, Zoe Quinn, feminist, talks about women not having enough influence in the industry, which is something that I'm all for. You know, girl gamers, you know, and female developers as well. I'm all for that. That is, you know, I don't consider myself a feminist. I consider myself a gender egalitarian. And okay. If you haven't realized, this is more of a serious video, so I mean, if you're looking for something funny, then you might want to just stop now. But I know it's a little late for that. Sorry. So anyway, I consider myself gender egalitarian. I want equality for both genders, and you know, I'm all for more female influence in the gaming industry. But the way she went about doing it was just completely wrong, in my opinion. So she has her own game, actually. You can check it out if you want to. I'll leave a link in the description for it on Steam. It's on Steam Greenlight. It's called Depression Quest, I believe. And she described it as a Flash-based game about being depressed. Yeah, one of the most entertaining and, you know, mind-blowing things that you could possibly talk about. Like, I'm personally, well, here's the thing. It's an indie game. I'm not really into indie games that much, to be honest. Like, I've played a few. Like, Thomas Was Alone was one of my favorite games ever. I've played a little bit of Fez, not too much, but it was very good. And the thing is, this game has no reason to be on Steam. That's the thing. Okay, it's a very sad game. And I mean, games are allowed to be sad, but I don't think that necessarily they should be, you know, about just being depressed altogether. Like, that could be an underlying theme of a game. I could see that being, you know, a really cool game where you're sort of fighting within yourself, and, you know, that just, like, the main character's depressed, something like that. Like Max Payne, for example, Max Payne 3 at least. It was a really long game, but Max was depressed throughout the whole thing. It was a really sort of awesome awesome game, awesome storytelling device. But a game centered around depression, there's no reason for it. And the thing is, the game was getting critical acclaim, but her ex-boyfriend comes out with a blog post that I'll also link in the description, talking about how he cheated on her. I mean, she cheated on him, numerous times with influential people within the gaming journalism industry. One of them worked for Kotaku, as well as someone who could have been involved with getting the game through Steam Greenlight. What the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? That is absolutely disgusting. There is a thing called journalistic integrity, excuse me. And, I'm a very firm believer in that. I'd never, pay attention to mainstream news, mainly because they're all freaking corrupt. MSNBC, Fox News, they're all run by politicians pushing their agenda. Fox News is the most right-wing thing you could ever possibly watch. And now, the one place where I find sanctuary in is now being infected with this corruption. And it really disgusts me. Like, I reviewed Titanfall, and I put a lot of work into that video. I put a lot of work into it, and I was really honest with my review about it. I liked that game a lot. It was new, it was fresh, it brought new mechanics to a genre of games that hasn't seen new mechanics like that ever. Titans falling out of the sky. I have never seen another game like that. It's sort of Titanfall's pull thing, but still, it was an awesome mechanic, and I love that game. I haven't reviewed a game since then because I just haven't found one that really clicked with me to want to review. But I reviewed Titanfall because it was awesome. And now, it's like you can't trust anyone that reviews a game ever. Because of this. Because of journalists taking sexual favors from a woman who is trying to push her agenda. Not necessarily an awful agenda, mind you, but pushing her agenda in the wrong way nonetheless. And to be honest, it's just saddening, which is why I think I'm going to start reviewing games definitely more often, and I'm going to try and be as objective as possible in reviewing those games, just to give you something honest about the game, at least someone's honest opinion about the game. I know you can't be really objective about an opinion, but still, I don't know, guys. That's just my opinion. It's really disgusting. I'll leave links in the description to her game and the boyfriend's blog post, but yeah, I've been talking for way too long. I'm sorry. Props to you if you stayed to the end of this. You're the real MVP. All right. Yeah, I guess that's it. I've been wanting to make a talking video like this for a while, but I just haven't found the right thing to talk about. And I guess this was just the point where I could. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, guys. Let me know what you think about this whole thing, because I really just want to, start a discussion, see what people think about it. So, yeah, like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Keep it peaceful, guys. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.